Hey everybody, my name is Ethan and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 reasons why I love the Sony a6500. I don't know if you remember, but a few months ago I made a video called Should You Get the a6500? And I was speculating and talking about whether or not it was good or not and if overheating was an issue. So for the most part, I think overheating has been removed as an issue. They've at least put in some features that allow you to bypass the heat situation even if it were to get too hot after recording for a long period of time. But anyways, I wanted to talk about 5 reasons that I have fallen in love with the camera and what it allows me to do compared to what I used to do with a Canon 70D, and why it is worth the value for getting the new device. The first thing is the image quality and the low light performance. I took this on a little trip out to Raleigh with my girlfriend's family a few nights ago for the New Year's celebration, and it performed absolutely great. I was very impressed with how the camera handled it being in low light and slow motion. I'll include some clips right here just from that video, and you might have already seen it, of what the camera can do. It takes 6K footage and downgrades it to 4K, which leaves you with very sharp and clear shots. The second thing that I've been really impressed with and love is the high frame rate. So I can switch over easily to 120 frames per second and record some very beautiful slow motion that is just very smooth, and you can tell that it's high quality and not post-editing slow motion, where you've taken, for instance, like 30 frames per second and turned it into a slow-mo video. That will not look nearly as good as what this camera can do, and I've been very impressed with that. Switching over is very simple. I set my custom button 3 to switching the frame rate, so I can easily go from 120 frames back to 60 frames and then switch whatever way I want to in order to get slow-mo shots when I want them, and then switch back to getting regular shots. The third thing that I've been really impressed with is the 5-axis image stabilization. I'm going to show you one shot from that Raleigh video, and this shot was recorded with me walking backwards, busy, commotion, and I was still able to get a perfectly smooth shot, and this has no post-editing. It is only from the built-in image stabilization that the camera has, and I was so impressed with what it could do. So yeah, here's that shot. Alright, so the fourth thing that I've been really impressed with is the customizable buttons. So this camera comes with 2 customizable buttons, 2 on the top and 1 on the back side. They work extremely well to provide easy access to some very important things. Like, for instance, for custom button 1, I put the focus magnifier in order for me to see if I'm in focus. For the custom button 2, I have switching between manual and autofocus. I just love being able to quickly change those things with a dedicated button. And the final thing that I've been super impressed with is Sony has given users the ability to attach an external battery like this one. This is an Anker battery. I've got it off of Amazon. I'll link it in the description. It's actually only about $16. And it has 5,000 milliamps of power on here. It connects via USB straight into your camera, and I'm actually in the middle of creating a mounting device in order to use this, and I'm actually using my grandpa's help to create this, and he's working on it right now, right beside me, getting the design made. Attaching an external battery, so what that does is it gives you the ability to save a lot of money, in the sense that one battery for the Sony camera that they recommend has about 1,000 milliamps of power to it, and that costs about $50. So that's about what the price they're going for right now. And with this external battery, it only cost me $16, and it has 5 times that. So this is essentially 5 Sony batteries for a bargain of a price. And the way it works is when you plug this in to your camera, this battery will constantly be charging the battery that is in your camera, and it'll make your battery in your camera last much longer, and you shouldn't have a problem with going all day on a shoot just off of one of these. Alright guys, so thank you so much for watching this. I hope it gave you a better idea of why and how the Sony a6500 is a worthy enough purchase to make, especially if you don't have anything in the Sony lineup and you've been shooting on Canon as a videographer. For photography, I think Canon is still doing a pretty good job. They seem to be more dedicated towards that, but Sony is pushing the limits with videography, and I'm super impressed with this camera. I'm going to be using it on just about every professional shoot I'm doing now, and I'm really excited for how it's going to work for me. Alright guys, so I will keep you tuned in for what happens next, but as for now, that's all I have. Alright, see you in the next video. Bye.